Happy September, everybody. I'm so excited to bring an update for this month because we are finally moving into the fall season, arguably the best season. And this month, we are looking at themes of remembering what sparks our interest, the reason we awakened in the first place, and of course, building up and looking at what we need to release and slowly start to let go of as we flow into those fall months. Begin this process by reflecting on what you're ready to let go of. How have those things served you over this past year? How have those things allowed you to grow? Have they been catalysts for you? Do you still need those in your life? What we're doing is setting the foundation for what we want to let go of as the months progress. So sometimes the lesson is still there. You're not ready to let go of whatever you need to because you're still expanding from it, and that's perfectly fine. The key here is to remember that letting go can take time. This isn't something you just say, okay, you know what, I'm over, I'm done, and then you block it out, right? And then you numb yourself to it. No, this is about honoring every single thing that you have experienced, really taking the time to see how it has served you in your life. Has it been a gift for you? And then are you ready to slowly release that if it is something that you need to release? And you'll know you'll need to release it if it still feels heavy to you. If it's something that's still a source of a lot of pain, well then the lesson is still there and you're going to take your time and get everything you need from it. You're going to extract everything you need to before you fully let go of something. When you hear the word September, start thinking of the word remember. We're going to remember everything we experienced over the past year. Let's start with January. Of course, if you want to do work from prior years of your life, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you're letting go of something you've held on to since you were a teenager. The whole point is remember exactly what you need to about those experiences. Remember the good too, okay? That's what this is about. We're going to remember, we're going to honor everything that was wonderful for us. We're going to sit in gratitude. We're also going to remember, okay, what's the thing I don't want to repeat? What's the lesson I want to master in this life? And once we really remember, then we could start to release and let go. And then look at the other sense of the word remember. It's the word re plus member, so putting things back together. So what this saying is after we process and release those pieces that we've transmuted, the pieces that we have now turned into gold through our own unconditional love and self-healing, we are now letting that integrate back. So we're taking those parts, those members, putting them back together. That's the sense of wholeness that's also achieved during the fall season. Now, September is the beginning of the fall season, but it's still not the heart of the season. So if you need more support with the remembering process and letting go, watch my video called Fall Equinox Activation. This is all about the fall equinox, which will occur on September 22nd. Now, this video I made does contain an evergreen activation. You can watch this video every year and say the activations out loud at the end of the video. This will allow you to release all the energetic debris that was built up from the previous year to get you restarted and activated for fall. And what this is going to do is actually prepare your energy field to release that old energy, that old debris that's been there. Of course, it'll also release some old patterns, especially ones in the subconscious as well. So this video will prepare you to do that. Now, this video will also allow you to welcome new, higher supportive energy patterns to take the place of what you released. So in a way, you're getting a bit of an energy healing through this video. And of course, it's laced with all the beautiful imagery of fall leaves and pumpkins. So who wouldn't want that warm, delicious fall feeling as they heal and release old energy from their energy field. Where the month of August was about reinvention, September is about rediscovering your interests, especially in the field of spirituality. So take a moment to remember what made you awaken in the first place? What inspired you to take this new path in your life? Did you feel that you were living some sort of superficial existence and now you're ready to live a more meaningful life? So this is about going inward and looking at what was the thing that lit your fire and made you awaken to this reality and to the things that you actually care about in this lifetime. So for example, if you once studied Zen teachings, go revisit those Zen teachings. So you could tell that I studied Zen teachings because the dogs were barking and I didn't freak out. So you could tell that my meditations and studies were working. But the point is, you want to go back to the things that first inspired your awakening, because now you're ready to look at those interests from a higher level of consciousness. So with Zen teachings, for example, Go back and see and comb through those nuggets of truth that are there that maybe you may have missed the first time because you just weren't there, you couldn't see it. But now that you go back in this new version of yourself, you're gonna get so much more out of this, and this is gonna help you really rediscover what those interests are in particular right now. But also what you're gonna be discovering is what you no longer resonate with, and now what you are ready to release. The reason we're using the energy in September to remember why we awaken in the first place and discover those reasons is because we know a spiritual journey is difficult, and sometimes we might feel like, wow, how much longer do I need to do this process where I'm looking at so much pain and so much shadow? And if you ever feel like you're in that state, it's only because you are pushing through a major momentum window here. Because then we start to realize that we enter a state of flow and we just stay present and we take life on as it happens. We see it as this beautiful adventure versus this sort of idea that we've got this shovel and all we're doing is digging through so much difficulty and we want something to be over. Well, rediscovering why you awaken in your first place is just going to lead you to the heart of awakening, which is love, which is the reward in itself and of this entire process. So when you do this exercise, what you're actually going to be doing is taking on your journey in this state of love. So when you are discovering what sparks your interest and what you want to release, you're actually doing this from a place of love and gratitude. So use the energy of September to find that spark within you, the thing that has inspired you either to love yourself more, heal yourself more deeply, or like I said, why you awaken in the first place. And the reason we're doing this is we want to find that spark and we want it to burn away anything that we want to let go of, but we also want to use that fire and flame from that spark to inspire us, to keep us warm for the upcoming months, to keep us passionate and creative and excited for our lives. So once you find what really inspires you, go deep into being the student. Learn as much as you want, because this is all going to peak once we get into Sagittarius season towards the end of November, where we use that information to expand into our new version of ourselves and into higher experiences, because everything we learn now is not only about learning about ourselves and what triggers us or what we enjoy, but what this is doing is saying, okay, how do I learn about where I'm going next? I know this is all about being present on one level when we're on a spiritual journey, but where do you see yourself going next? What kind of teacher do you want to be? What kind of leader do you want to be? What kind of artist or storyteller do you want to be? Fill in the blank with whatever that goal is. The whole point is that when you get to November and Jupiter starts expanding us, you're going to get the experiences that align with those interests that you cultivated, but also with the energy that you're putting out there. So the more you know yourself, you are going to attract those experiences that not only help you discover more parts of yourself, but these are the experiences that ultimately raise your consciousness and help you attract more of what you want to see in your life. September is all about entering new cycles, and this is happening on one level just automatically due to all those fun retrogrades we've got going on right now between Mercury and retrograde, and also the fact that we just had a blue supermoon as I was filming this video. What that did was activate a lot of our gifts and manifestation abilities. So we've got a lot of planetary shifts supporting us into those new patterns. The next level, of course, is through intention. Like I always say, intention is the most powerful force in the universe. So we've got all this planetary energy activating us and really pushing us forward into shifting into those new cycles. Then we've got intention, what we are intending to create, to release, and of course, to embody. These forces together is what's going to allow us to enter those new cycles. We've also got Virgo energy right now that's allowing us to take inventory and clear house and let us analyze what we want to release and let go of. And then we're going to shift into Libra season towards the end of the month, come into more balance and more harmony within ourselves. So the whole letting go process will be supported by these cosmic energies, and it's going to make us really confident into what we are creating and also what we are releasing, because we're not really going to feel guilty or actually even sad about what we're releasing, because we're going to feel ready, and then we're going to feel really excited about the new energy we welcome into our lives, because none of it will be tainted with guilt or shame. It's going to all come from a place of love, because when we release something heavy, we do it with compassion for ourselves, compassion for who we were, where those things got us, and now we embrace the new cycles and the new version of ourselves that are going to emerge. So here's the key takeaway for September. We are building the foundation of what we need to release and let go of. We are rediscovering our spark, our interests, those reasons that allowed us to see through this reality and awaken in the first place. We are taking inventory of what served us, what we no longer want in our lives, and then we are beginning that letting go process in a very gentle and beautiful way. We're going to watch that activation to help us clear energetic debris and to prepare our subconscious to receive the positive patterns and energy that's going to take the place of everything that we've released. Now, while this is happening, you need to remember that this is the month that you're going to invest a lot of energy into yourself. We naturally go inward during the fall. That's already going to happen, but we've still got responsibilities. And obviously, with whatever your career is or whatever you do on your day-to-day, you do put energy out there into the world. So take the time to know each time I'm giving energy out, I am giving it back to myself in some sort of way. So look at whatever your self-care practice is. Consciously make time to put that energy back into yourself. This needs to be done almost on a daily basis just because of how intense the energy in September is. A lot of things can throw us off when we've got retrogrades and when we have really powerful full moons going on. But at the same time, we can really make ourselves feel stable and home within our bodies by grounding, by staying hydrated, and doing little things that just make us feel really warm, loved, and supported. Now, if you do all these things, you will get a better sense of exactly what you'll be releasing right before October 1st. It's just going to hit you in the form of realization, or you're going to automatically be doing it, and then you're going to realize, wow, that was actually really easy. Sometimes we can even wake up the first day of the month in a completely different headspace. And so following either the activation instructions and of course any sort of inner work process that's coming up for you organically, that's going to create that sort of shift in perception towards yourself, towards the things that you're actually releasing, and then of course to how you see the world and what new things you want to expand on. Now, I do have a fun activity for us to do. We can do this multiple times this month, and what it's going to do is really ensure the successful shifts that you want to see. So what you're going to be doing is positively programming your own subconscious. You're going to do this as you fall asleep tonight. You can reflect on these things or just repeat them to yourself as you fall asleep. This is what you're going to say. I am free. I am abundant. I am powerful. I am safe. And I am love. You can also modify this and add in as many as you want. There's nothing wrong with positively programming yourself with as many positive intentions as possible. Just make sure they're phrased positively. So add things that say, I am healthy, I am creative, I am divine, whatever resonates with you and whatever you want to embody moving forward. I am wishing you all an inspiring, exciting, and also peaceful September. I hope you have an incredible month, and please have a couple of pumpkin spice lattes along the way. It really is the season and we need to start now.